Hello. So if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that I've been talking about our intuition, right? So something has been telling me to grab this, so I did. It's Sylvia Browne, and she signed it too. If you don't know who she is a psychic. She has since passed, but she was on the Montel Williams talk show in the 90s. And me and my sister went to go see her, and we had her sign this, and this was a gift for my mom. And something told me to grab this set. First it's a 3-book set. The first one I grabbed was the third one. But something's like, no, that's not the right one. So I'm on book 2. Soul's Perfection, okay? Page 7. And I just want to preface this with, something is telling me to record this and read it as I'm, record and read at the same time. So, just wanted to preface that. Okay, here we go. So, love yourself. We're going to talk about behavioral modification. I think that all through your lifetimes, literally, you've been inundated with erroneous information. Then you come back home to the other side and you return to your true beliefs. Then you go back into a life and you're brainwashed into another set of beliefs. It becomes terribly hard to figure out what's right. You're inundated by all types of moralistic behavior, commandments, church rules, and law. Behavioral modification is probably the most simplistic. Our Lord said, love your neighbor as yourself. Now let me get more specific about that. Let me try to release some of the burdens of guilt you may have. There are people whom you cannot possibly like. Yet many times, because love your neighbor has been given to you, you are convinced that it's wrong to dislike others. It is wrong not to dislike. Let me tell you why. If you're going to like and care for every single person, I'm not speaking of love. There's something wrong with your personality. You're deficient in being a whole person. Whole people have decided likes and dislikes, paths in which they follow, paths in which they won't follow. You must try to love everyone's soul and wish them the best, but you certainly don't have to like their behavior or actions. To stay around a person that you intensely dislike is wrong. It disintegrates that person and yourself. Many marriages, friendships, and family relationships are built upon trying to stay around a person that one cannot tolerate. This causes you guilt and heartache and stunts your spiritual growth. You're laboring so hard to be perfect for no reason. Again, Jesus recommends that you pick up your pallet and walk away. When you give someone advice, all human beings are filled with advice for everyone. Don't ever give advice that you think will apply to you or what you would like. Try to be objective. That is the most spiritual road. Whenever someone asks you for an opinion or advice, don't internalize it. Rather, try to put yourself in that person's place. There again is a very spiritual modification. Care more for yourself. Reward yourself. For 1 week, try to do everything that you wish to do just for you. For 1 week, try it. I guarantee that by the end of the week, you will not only be doing things for you, but you'll be doing more for other people than ever before. Once you can love yourself, so much love begins to emanate. If you find that you're a person who doesn't like people, you're in great difficulty. Not only is your world filled with people, but where you come from is filled with people. The greatest challenge that you'll ever have in this life is to get along with other people. That doesn't mean having to like them or constantly give out more than is humanly possible. It means being able to discern how compatible with you others will be. It's perfectly within everyone's normal behavior to release frustration, to show anger, and to show fear. Instead, far too many people suppress their emotions within their own body, a vehicle that does not work exactly as it should. You have a superconscious memory of a body free of heaviness, free of ills. That in itself causes frustration. Do you know that Jesus did not like everyone? He did not like the Pharisees. He could not stand the courts. He could not abide the rulers of Rome. Yet he cared for all people. Do you understand that? It's impossible for you to walk around constantly truly loving everyone. When you try to love everyone, you've diminished the word love. You use the word love so much that when it comes to truly loving and caring, you have no way to express it anymore. Most of you, I can truly say, like and care for others. Very few of you in physical life know what true love is. This is not because you're deficient. It's because on your plane of existence, it's nearly impossible. Infatuation is probably the closest thing, giving you a few brief months of what you feel continuously on my side, but it's still accelerated 1,000 times more where I am. Because you get a brief glimpse of this feeling with a partner, you're constantly looking for the next, in your slang, fix. The older you get and the more worn down you are from life, the less it comes. Something else must replace it. Some deeper knowing that you're finishing out your contract with God, then you will go home. If you're constantly bogged down with grief or what should have been or what was not, you'll stunt your spiritual growth. If you're constantly wondering what people think of you, you stunt your growth. Does this make you an uncaring, unfeeling human being? Maybe according to the world's norm, but not in the bigger scheme of life. Every single one of you is individually alone, making your way on a well-defined path to get back to where you came from. Hi, Bean. You may select partners and companions along the way, but as I've stated before, because of your physical body and because you cannot merge, every single one of you is isolated. We, your spirit guides, are probably closer to you than any human being can ever be. Holy shit. Don't be so obsessive about the next day, the next year, money problems, and so on. You may reply, but I have to live. Yes, you have to live, but things are only going to be one way or the other. Believe me when I tell you, almost everyone survives the money worries, the business worries, the love worries. So much excessive time is spent worrying about what is already predestined by you and the other individuals anyway. Money is a great deal like love. It's meant to be taken in and given out. If money is taken in and held, it does not reproduce anything. People become too terribly concerned about materialistic holdings. People have asked me, am I too materialistic? Almost every time I've reiterated, no. Very rarely have I seen a person, regardless of their holdings or houses or cars, who I feel is truly caught up in material greed. Now, as far as possessions, people get caught up in materialism by caring too much in almost a self-conscious way what people think of them. That is being caught in matter. It is so simple. You care for the majority of people. You hope they care for you. If they don't, there are others who will. That's what makes you more spiritual.